best things that's going on in my life that I'm really lucky to have is many friends from various cultures who share their opinions, share their insights with me. And it's really, really enriched my life. And I feel that I can do the same for you too. I'm Lisa. I've spent significant amounts of time living outside the country and in Africa and the Middle East. And I'm hoping today with a few examples to just try and teach you and show you ways that you can branch out of your own social circles and meet new people that are different from you. Great. So 3 examples I want to start with. My first one starts with my time in Syria. One thing that my school community would do and host were hashes. These were hikes where people would travel 2 hours out of the city on a hike where they had trails laid out with markers that people go on. One thing that was really, really great about these hikes and these hashes were that you obviously had the people who would stay behind and you had the front runners depending on fitness or anything like that. But one thing that was really cool that I found myself doing in high school was that I would mingle between the people who are at the back and who were at the front. So there are times that I would find myself, with the stragglers, really in the moment, like, man, it's so hot out here, these rocks. And then I'll find myself at other times moving to the front where I'll be running with everyone. It's like, oh, I found a clue. Everyone, look at this. So moving between those two things, looking for people who are doing something on their own. You have the stragglers who are like embracing that shared experience that like you might be thirsty. Being in the moment is really, really helpful. I happened to meet my first Iraqi friend during that time on that hike, which was awesome. The second example I have was from my time going to boarding school in Ghana. You think of boarding schools, these are kind of rigid structures where you don't really have that much flexibility, but with this example, I really want to share how you can take the existing kind of systems, structures in your life and look out for opportunities to connect. So one experience that we had was table mates, so the dining hall experience where prefects would set up people from different grades and you have to sit at a table every day and get to know one another. So we would all have a shared fruit plate, but sitting there, I asked one simple question to a 7th grader, what are you doing? And I asked this question because she had her rice and tomato sauce and she grabbed pineapple and put it inside. And I asked that quick question, what are you doing? It happened to be that she was from Tanzania. But that simple question in that kind of space kind of built that relationship where we started talking. I started eating pineapple with my rice just because. But using that example and keeping an eye out for instances where you're in a classroom, just like, can I borrow a pen? And returning the pen. Small things like this in your current existing circumstances can be really, really useful for you. The final example I have is from here in Northwestern. My roommate and I had a potluck. Potlucks are a fantastic opportunity to kind of really branch out with people. Everyone loves food. People of different cultures love food, and they'll bring great food for you to taste as well, which is a great thing. But one thing that me and my roommate did was orchestrate a way that we could get our friends from different circles to meet one another. I happen to know a friend from Mexico. She happened to know a friend from Rwanda. And we have a potluck with so many different people, but then we say, like, who likes music? Who wants to DJ? And you immediately have these 2 friends say, I do, I do. And then you have the entire space kind of juggling between Afro beats and then reggaeton at that time. And then since they had also brought some food with them, we were able to like, oh, this is great, how do you make it? That kind of conversation really started to go in. So that's what I would like to share with you. You can find yourself in a shared experience and really highlight this shared experience. We're in one right now, where we're all sitting at a table, like at chairs and tables, we're in this shared experience. Greet one another. Really embrace that kind of shared experience that we're in. Another one is just look around you and the things that are already happening in your life that you can take advantage of and branch out. If you're in a student group, happen to know a friend in a different student group, ask them, can I come and sleep? What are you guys up to? Can I come and join you? And then with Northwestern right here is that the people you know people you should probably know as well. So reaching out and just hey, who's that person you were just talking to? It's oh, it's can I join you guys for lunch next time? Those are the general examples. So I would like to challenge you within the next month to, if you find an opportunity where you can go out, do something, preferably active, likely with food or music around, to invite someone with you and encourage them to do the same, and you'll have a great experience. Thank you so much.